Hello YouTube, this is Capandball again, and I'm happy to announce that I have a beautiful little 22 caliber rifle in my hands. It's a Winchester Model 1890, designed by the Browning brothers. It's a slide action rifle, and it's designed to shoot the 22 rimfire calibers. Let's check the history of this rifle first. It was the year 1884 when Colt introduced the Lightning rifle to the market. It was a beautiful slide action rifle, a great competition to the lever action rifles of Winchester. So Winchester had to step. They asked the well-known Browning brothers to design a slide action rifle for the company. In 1888 they patented this design. Joe Moses and Matthew sent the blueprints to the company, but unfortunately the Winchester engineers were not too happy with the new design. They said it will never work. Well, the Browning brother did build the first prototype, sent it to the factory again, and guess what? It worked. This little rifle was very popular, so until 1932 more than 850,000 rifles were built. The rifle was offered in two versions. The sporting rifle had a 24-inch octagonal barrel with straight stock, and the fancy sporting rifle with checkered pistol grips. My rifle is the third perfected standard rifle model. A proof of this is the blued frame, takedown system, the adjustable rear sight, and the improved locking mechanism. A really nice feature of this rifle is that it's a takedown version. You have a small screw just at the bottom of the receiver. You unscrew it, and there you go, your rifle comes apart. My beautiful old rifle is equipped with an original Lyman peep sight as well. It's a folding peep sight with the possibility of setting the elevation, so you have a precise aiming method for longer ranges. The rifle has an adjustable rear sight as well. With this slide you can set the elevation, and with the help of the dovetail you can set the windage. The front sight of the rifle is also dovetailed, so you can set the windage here as well. And it has a beautiful side picture. The history of the rimfire cartridge is just as important and interesting as the history of this rifle, so let's check the history of the 22 rimfire cartridge now. When Winchester launched the new rifle in 1890, it was immediately offered in three calibers: 22 short, 22 long, and 22 WRF. The history of the 22 caliber rimfire cartridge starts with the 6mm Flowber. Let's check this old firearms catalog to see what it was used for. This old firearms catalog was printed in Hungary in 1908, and it features a lot of Flowber pistols, single-shot Flowber pistols. They were designed for indoor use. The original Flowber 4, 6, 7 and 9mm cartridge featured a rimfire brass case and a lead round ball. There was no powder in the case, only the priming compound acted as a propellant. The 22 short caliber appeared in 1857 when Smith & Wesson launched their Model 1 revolver. The cartridge had 3/4 grains of fine black powder and a 27-grain bullet. It was followed by the 22 long in 1871 with 5 grains of black powder load and a 29-grain bullet in an increased case. The first arm chambered for the 22 long rifle cartridge was marketed by Stevens Arms Company. It fired a heavier 40-grain bullet with an increased 6-7-grain black powder load. The first 1890 Winchester rifle to fire this cartridge came out quite late, only in 1919. The 22 Winchester rimfire, or 22 WRF, appeared with the Model 1890 rifle. It fired a heavier 45-grain bullet, so the rifles designed for this cartridge had a faster twist rate. The Model 1890 Winchester was so popular that it was also sold all across Europe, including in Hungary. Let's check the catalog. All the modern Browning designed shotguns and rifles of Winchester were quite popular in Europe, including the Model 1890 repeating rifle and the Model 1906 repeating rifle. Well, I think we had enough from the talking. How about going to the range and trying this old little lady? It's 105 years old, but still, it shoots straight. Check this. It's within 5 centimeters. I mean, it's not the best I have ever seen, but it's good for this old lady. The serial numbers on my receiver and my barrel are different, but they both come from the year 1913. So this rifle is exactly 105 years old and still shoots straight. Having a 22 caliber rifle in the hands like this makes you want to shoot fast and makes you want to shoot a lot. And it's not a problem with the 22 rimfire cartridges because they are cheap. But how about some plinking now? Let's find some alternative targets to destroy. The wooden parts of this rifle are made of American oiled walnut, and what I really like is this Crescent butt plate. It's so comfortable. It's just very good for shooting from the instinct. The rifle has a 3-position hammer. This is the safety position. You cannot fire the gun and you can't open the action. That's the full cock position. You cannot open the action, but you can fire the gun. And this is the 3rd position. When the hammer is lowered, now you can reload. The locking mechanism of the rifle is quite interesting as well. On the 3rd models, there's this little pin here. It's connected to the firing pin, and it acts as a catch. It's a spring lock, which will not allow the bolt to move upward and backward before the hammer engages the firing pin. So this is locked. You can't open it, but if you push the firing pin in, there you go, the catch releases the slide. According to the caliber sign on my barrel, my rifle should be 22 short caliber, but it's not. It was reined to 22 long rifle. According to the sign on my barrel, my rifle should shoot the 22 short, but in fact it doesn't cycle at all with the 22 short. I was able to load it individually into the chamber, but it won't work with that round. On the other hand, it will fire the 22 long rifle, and it shoots it quite well. So I'm quite happy because it's much easier to find the 22 long rifle than the 22 short in my country. Just check the difference between the 2 cartridges. The 22 short is, guess what, shorter than the 22 long rifle. So after the lift was modified to shoot the 22 long rifle, it will not cycle the 22 short anymore. Loading the rifle is quite easy. You just have to close the breech, put the hammer in safety, just make a few degrees of turn on the end of the magazine, pull the magazine tube out, and load the cartridges into the slot. And when you are done, just push back the magazine and just a little turn at the end and it will lock. So ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the Capandball YouTube channel. If you like what I do, then please do not forget to hit the subscribe button down there. If you wish and if you can also support me on Patreon. You can find the link under this video. If you wish to support me, you can also buy my authentic reproduction Civil War cartridge boxes. The link is down there. So ladies and gentlemen, until next time, stay cool and keep your powder dry.